here. Good morning, guys. A little scary behind me, but we'll figure that out later.
Skip, how much all this costs? Because I think this came out of you and our pocket.
I hope not.
Better not come out of mine. It looks good.
How are you, Jenny?
I'm good. How are you?
How are you, Shannon?
Hey, how good?
If you heard the expression whistling through the graveyard, that's what you do every day on this show. You whistle through your own graveyard. It's okay.
So, in other words,
fitting.
no one hears.
Yeah. Oh, where'd it go? How are
doing,
you?
Skip?
I knew he'd have some way to frame this.
Yeah, he always. Why you just can't be nice on a Monday morning?
I thought that framed everything about Undisputed. That summed it up. You better come prepared because he's whistling through the graveyard. Okay.
Well done.
Your day coming,
well done. We have a lot to get to today. We have a packed show. And get this, Skip is not happy with Michael Jordan, which
Really?
first. Then we've got Shannon. He might be losing faith in first cousins. But we are going to start with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. They nearly pulled off a huge upset against the undefeated Rams here in L.A. Todd Gurley led the Rams' comeback with nearly 200 total yards. He set up the go-ahead field goal in the fourth quarter. The Packers were about to get the ball back with about 2 minutes left. Ty Montgomery fumbled the kickoff, and the Rams ran out the clock. Mike Silver of NFL.com reported that Rodgers was extremely upset with Montgomery for returning the kick, saying on the sidelines, quote, "Take a bleeping knee." Here's more from Rodgers after the game.
Very disappointing. That play didn't lose the game, but it definitely took away an opportunity for us to go down and win it. It sounded like a home game at times for us. The crowd was fantastic. Don't really expect that maybe in LA, but I know they had 5 LA teams playing today, so I was glad the Packer fans showed up. They were fantastic, great energy. Just disappointed we couldn't get one last drive.
Okay, Shannon, should Aaron be upset with Ty Montgomery?
He should be, but not just Aaron. The entire team should be upset with Ty Montgomery because he put himself above the team. He wanted to be the hero. Now, it's being reported, Skip, that on a series before that he was upset that he was taken out of the ball game. I hope that's not the case. Also, there were some reports that he was told to take the knee. Now, Skip, this is the difference between Mike McCarthy and Coach Belichick. In 2015, they were a very similar situation. The Giants had gone down, kicked the field goal, gone up by 2 points over the New England Patriots. They kick off, and guess what the returner did? He took a knee. Because what Ty Montgomery did is that he robbed him really of 2 timeouts because it was on the other side of the 2-minute warning. Because time is of the essence in a situation like this. You have Aaron Rodgers. Maybe if you have a lesser-tier quarterback, Skip, you want to get as many yards as you possibly can to shorten the distance that guy would have to go. But this is Aaron Rodgers. I believe he's the best quarterback currently playing in the National Football League. There's a lot of debate. At this table, we go back and forth. He says Brady, I say Aaron Rodgers.
That was blasphemy.
It ain't blasphemy. Stop saying you're whistling in the graveyard. You're whistling in the graveyard. You're whistling in the graveyard.
You're asking for a lightning
No,
strike.
I'm not. And if you look at some of the throws that he was making during the course of the game, he was flicking the ball, falling off, falling backwards, off his back foot, throwing the ball 40 yards on a dime. Hit Devontae Adams twice, once up the rail, once in the middle of the field, caught the safety nap, and he threw the ball over his head. So he was very, very good yesterday. I mean, he didn't have a 400-yard game like he had the previous 2 ball games, but I thought he threw the ball very, very well going up against that front 7 that was getting some pressure from time to time on him. I just believe had Ty Montgomery taken the knee, it was on the other side of the 2 minutes, so Aaron Rodgers was going to get an opportunity to run at least one play before the 2-minute warning. Now he can go to the sideline, talk to Mike McCarthy, and say, this is what we want to do. This is how we're going to go about doing it. So not only should Aaron Rodgers be upset, but the entire team should be upset at Ty Montgomery. Because I thought Ty Montgomery in this situation, and this is not hindsight, I tweeted it. You take a knee in that situation, Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback, and you let him go down and win it. And I believe he robbed Ty Montgomery, not saying that this cost him the game, but I believe he robbed them of an opportunity to possibly win this game.
Which is exactly what Aaron Rodgers said after the game, which is typical of Aaron Rodgers because he is notorious for throwing various teammates under bus and not taking enough of the blame himself. And this was classic Aaron Rodgers because I would like to point out to all those who maybe didn't get to watch the game The Green Bay Packers were 2 of 9 on third down yesterday. Is that great?
No.
No. Jared Goff had a QBR of 67, which is just pretty good. It's a little above average. Aaron Rodgers had a QBR yesterday of 60, so he got outplayed, according to QBR, by Jared Goff. Is that good? Not great, especially when you're, quote unquote, the greatest quarterback who ever played, right?
Well, what if I want to use, you use QBR, I'm going to use passer rating. The passer rating said it was 102.9.
Okay. Well, I'm just going with QBR, which is a much more effective and all-encompassing rating of a quarterback's play for the whole day. So I'm going to go with this one, 67 to 60. So we get back to Aaron Rodgers, who is classic for finger pointing and blame deflecting. And in this case, I don't know exactly what happened, but to your point about Michael Silver of NFL.com, he did write that on the previous series, Ty Montgomery was in the game. Well, Ty Montgomery only played 6 offensive plays the whole game, so this was one of 6 plays, and he has fallen somewhat out of favor, as you know, because there have been times when Ty Montgomery has made some big little plays for this team. He's been pretty good. Out of Stanford, he's 6 feet, 218 pounds. He ran a 4.5 40 at the combine, was a third-round pick. So he's a big, powerful, but also he's got some speed to him.
Well, Skip, you remember when Eddie Lacy got banged up, the other running backs, he was a wide receiver. Running with number 88 in the backfield, he rushed for 100 yards a couple of times.
Still wearing a wide receiver number. And I remember back in 2016 in the game at Lambeau against my Cowboys, he got 10 for 93, which is pretty good. And in that playoff game at Jerry World, he was good in that game. He had 11 rushes for only 47 yards, but he had some big third down runs. So he can make some plays. Right. And he has definitely fallen out of favor. So he was in on 1st and 10 at the Green Bay 21 in the previous series. And if we have that play, this is the play that made him angry. So this is going to lead to what happened at the end of the game. But if we have the 1st and 10 play, Aaron got a little pressure in his face, and he threw low and outside to Ty Montgomery here over on the sideline. So it wasn't a very good pass by Aaron's standards. He didn't really have a chance to catch this ball. And as he jogs back to the huddle, in comes Aaron Jones. Number 33 is back in the game, and he's going to carry on next play. And so Ty Montgomery is basically finished for the game. And according to, again, Michael Silver's article, he went over and slammed. Oops, I lost my notes. So I'm going to get my notes real quick here. So he slammed his helmet on the ground. Now I'm back in business.
Yeah, you see, he has to have those notes to do what he does. I don't need no notes. I don't need notes.
You don't need notes?
Yeah, I throw them all the way.
Wait. Can we show your notes? Show them. There's
nothing wrong
typed
with
for
notes.
him. Somebody types up his answers for him.
I don't need notes.
I do mine are all mine. They're all mine.
These are all mine. They're just typed.
All mine. I write mine out.
Mine are just typed. Mine are just typed. Mine are professional.
Okay.
That's what professionals do.
So here's the point. So Ty Montgomery, according to Michael Silver, slams his helmet on the sideline, and he's furious, and it's possible he rebelled. It's possible he mutinied against the team and against the coaching staff. But now let's get to the play in question. The kickoff, by any standard, any special teams coach would tell the returner to return that kickoff, unless you had told him to take a knee. But it was very dicey because all the reports said it was 2 yards deep. If we could see this one more time, tell me that's 2 yards deep. He catches it running forward at the goal line. Yeah, so it's returnable. It's not like he was 5 yards deep and he hesitated for a second. You know, this is one where I'm telling him, look, he caught it at the goal line. He caught it at the goal line, right on the goal line with momentum. Okay, so is that a bad play? Is it real close to, could you kneel? Would you kneel on the goal line?
That situation is a bad play. If it's first quarter, second quarter, third quarter.
I got it. But it's so close that once he moves forward to catch the ball, I'm just as you well know, in these circumstances with that much pressure on you, it's hard to process quickly. Like in the back of his mind, he might be thinking, wait a second, can I kneel? I don't want to kneel on the goal line. You know, that would be a disaster.
You went to Stanford, right?
He went to Stanford.
Okay.
And by the way, Stanford is the arch rival of Cal, where Aaron Rodgers and Jared Goff.
Also, you trying to say he's sabotaged?
I don't know, but you never know about that.
The Stanford bad play, huh?
That probably made Aaron Rodgers even madder that the Stanford guy, you know, robbed him of a chance at the end of the game. And I agree with you. I was deflated. Who wasn't deflated? I sat back because I wanted to see. Again, it's one thing to go